Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Kevin, I'm a geek. You're watching Kevin the Geek. Welcome back to Dave Gorman Day. I always like to double up Dave Gorman these days. I think it's a nice way to do it and get a double helping of Dave Gorman. So of course, when I do this, basically at the moment in the morning, I do my reaction to Dave Gorman's important astrology experiment, which is what we're watching right now, which is currently episode 3. Later on today will be the next episode of Dave Gorman's Modern Life is Goodish. And just to let people know as well, I have actually found recently a video for Dave Gorman in America Unchanged, which is something I've been looking for a little while. So it is something, I think it's about an hour long special, hour and a half if I remember correctly. So that is something I will do a reaction for at some point, which I'm pretty sure that nobody has done. A few people have done reactions for like Dave Gorman's Modern Life is Goodish and stuff like that, but I'm pretty sure I'm the only one who's really done Are You Dave Gorman? I'm pretty sure I'm the only one doing Important Astrology Experiment. So that'll be another first, I think, realistically. So if you like your Dave Gorman content, I'm pretty much the person you want to be watching. Right, but let's check out episode 3 of Dave Gorman's Important Astrology Experiment. Don't forget, if you want to watch things early, you can now do so if you check out my Patreon. I've got a Patreon where you can get early access to videos amongst other perks as well. So check that out in the video description. Subscribe if you're new, and of course drop your comments below. That is what we're about to discover.
This is the human laboratory. This is Dave Gorman's important astrology experiment.
Hello, my name is Dave Gorman. I'm a Pisces, and welcome to the third part of my important astrology experiment. Throughout the course of our experiment, I have rigorously obeyed my horoscopes. My twin brother, our control experiment, has ignored his. Whose life is the happiest? That's the question we're asking. To answer it, we have to measure happiness. To do this, we have an astrologically balanced jury of juries here, 12 groups of 12 people, each comprising one of each and every star sign. To guide them, we have a panel of 3 experts in the fields of love, health and wealth. A 3-headed gorgon of guidance to rival any panel ever assembled. Nick, are you ready?
Ready?
Panel, are you ready?
Ready.
Jury of juries, are you ready? Ready. Then let the experiment begin. On day 12, astrologer number 14, Michael Thiessen, wrote,
You may be longing to move back to your old hometown.
Oh God, no.
It might be a wise idea to take a short weekend vacation before you make any final moves in that direction.
So, I got into the car and started to drive back to Stafford, my hometown. Now, I was looking out for difficulty on the journey because astrologer number 10, Terry King, had said there could be complications with
Methods of transport, and even older people.
Yeah?
But Webscopes, astrologer number 18, had also written,
You must be willing to push aside any...
It was pretty clear to me that the world of astrology was telling me to push some old people out of the way. On the motorway, I did find myself stuck behind an elderly couple with a caravan. I tried to ram them off the road, but they got off at Kettering.
Hey! That's my hometown! That's my hometown! Well, I mean, it's the town where I grew up for the majority of my childhood. Wow, what a mention! Get in there! Thank you, Dave!
I wanted a banana, and so I stopped at a motorway service station that, for legal reasons, I'm unable to name. And there were some old people in the queue. I'm a little bit uncomfortable with this, but the experiment demands that I do this, so not just hang back.
They're going to push old people out of the way. Oh.
Just that. Racked with guilt, I eventually got to my mother's house. After a long day pushing old people, I was ready to put my head down. But that wasn't what the stars had in store for me, because on the same day, astrologer number 11, Mystic Meg, wrote,
You could be the star turn at karaoke, even if it's something you've never considered.
Love a karaoke.
we're going to go to a pub which I haven't been to for, well, since I was about 18, 19. Oh, hold on. Stafford tradition, yeah? Got to give yourself a bit of a fancy walk as you come down here. Reasons for this elude me, but there was a reason. We used to do this when we were kids. There you go. Anyway, this is the horoscope says you'll be a star turn. Obviously, we're doing something about astrology. I feel stars are the essence. I'm going to put my name down for Starman by David Bowie.
Nice song.
David Bowie, Starman. It's a song I listen to
Hard
at
one to
home.
sing.
It's a song I have sung in the shower. Most importantly, it's a good song. It's a song I'm not embarrassed to say I like. It's a song that, with a bit of drink inside me, I was ready to sing.
Right, okay, next up we've got a brand new singer for us here in the wagon. I'm looking for Dave, and he's going to do a little bit of a trap by Escort 7 and Reach. Let's have you down for this one, please, Dave.
What? That's not David Bowie.
But somehow, it wasn't the song I was destined to sing.
Oh, please don't give me a copyright strike for this.
The place waiting just for you. It's a special place
Where
you
your
all come
dreams
true.
will come true.
Fly away, swim the ocean blue.
Hey!
Drive that open road. Leave the past behind you. Don't stop, you gotta keep moving. Your hopes have gotta keep building. Never ever forget that I've got you.
Please don't give me a copyright strike. Reach for the algorithm.
Climb every mountain, higher reach for the stars. And when the rainbow shines over you, that's when your dreams will all come true.
I'd like to think there is a sense of justice about day 12. Pushed old people in the morning, humiliated in my hometown in the evening.
Fair enough.
I woke up on day 13 to discover that astrologer number 8, Kelly Fox, had written,
Greet a friend with unusual happiness.
and Gordon Vincent, astrologer number 16, had written,
Remember, Pisces, you always have the power to surprise. Use it.
So, I had to greet a friend with unusual happiness, and I had to surprise someone. I did what
Yeah.
any man would do. I got myself a box. I got in the box, and I delivered myself to an old friend.
I want to do that to
Very
someone.
bad time to discover that my old friend had moved house.
I should have seen that coming.
That's actually, that is my old friend Mark.
Oh,
Hello, my name's Mark, I'm Dave's friend, and I was surprised when Dave greeted me with unusual happiness.
Oh, yes. Astrology had been obeyed all right. My Saturday in Stafford, catching up with an old friend, was much more relaxing than the day before. But I think the stars were lulling me into a false sense of security. Because on day 14, astrologer number 11, Mystic Meg, wrote,
Destiny holds a blue book.
This was
Okay.
Stafford, not Soho. I wasn't sure where to find anything like that. I got a local paper and made a phone call. Hello? Yeah, no, it's about your advert in the paper. Not videos, really. I'm looking for a blue book. Yes, I think you do. Yes, that's the kind of thing. I'd rather come to yours. Or, yeah, no, that's fine. I know it. Yeah, let me just make a note.
This
I'll
sounds
see you as soon as
suspicious.
I can. Your name is not important. Okay. I was about to meet a man who would sell me some illegal, hardcore pornography.
Oh.
This had to be done quickly and alone, with the crew stowed away at a safe distance. Yeah. Yeah. How much is it? It's ready. All right. Thanks.
Oh, it's a blue book. Just twigged it.
I think I've got a blue book, but I don't think we should hang around. So what do we know? We know that Mystic Meg has said that my destiny is a blue book. I've got the blue book, but what was I supposed to do with it?
Yeah.
My destiny was far from clear that day. I
Burn
had the
it,
feeling
destroy it.
someone wasn't telling me all that they knew. However, on the same day, astrologer number 15, Hilary Todd, said...
I mean, Dave knows all about trying to destroy pornography. If you've seen a previous episode of Modern Life is Goodish, it doesn't go well, does it?
Your destiny is far from clear to me. Someone isn't telling you all that they know. Pick up the phone and sort it out.
Should I give Mystic Meg a ring? I studied her column to see if there was anything I'd missed, and then I realised there was. A text messaging service is available that will allow Mystic Meg to send you further instructions.
Ah.
It was obvious she hadn't told me all that she knew, but I was about to pick up the phone to sort it out.
Not that, that's your phone again. Put it down. Always on the phone.
As you can see, it was Sunday lunch at my mother's house. Present for the meal were my mother...
Hello!
my stepfather...
Hello!
One of my 3 nieces...
Hello.
and one of my 3 brothers.
Hello, hello, hello.
He's a policeman.
Right.
We sat down for a cosy lunch while I waited for Mystic Meg to get back to me. Thank you, Mum.
Put some rice, carrots and parsnips, as long as they're not mashed together.
Where do you want it?
I've just got a message from Mystic Meg. It's a text message service. It says, I don't know if you can see this, take a closer look at B. It could be love. You so wise today. You so wise today?
You're so wise.
So she's telling me to take a closer look at B. Now, you can't take a closer look at something unless you've already had a look at it. So B had to be something I'd already taken a look at.
Yeah.
Did the astrologer, who had already instructed me to buy a blue book,
Right,
want me to take a closer look at an object beginning with B?
Yeah.
I did what I was told. I took a closer look.
Hide it in the newspaper. Don't have it at the dinner table.
Oh, crying out loud.
Your niece is right there.
Sunday lunchtime? What are you doing?
She didn't have a clue what I was doing.
Thank God.
Me so wise. Well, let's see how our control experiment was doing. Nick, days 12, 13 and 14, what were you up to?
Yeah, these were all rest days, so I was looking after the kids a lot of the time. I went for a run on day 12, went in the gym on day 13, and on day 14 we went for a pub lunch to celebrate Tracy's mum's 65th birthday.
OK, lovely. Let's see what the panel think. Remember, we are using the metric pleasure decimal gladness system. 1 unit of happiness is equivalent to £1 sterling. That's about 1.7 euros. Can't say I'm expecting many kind words from our experts, but we need their guidance for the jury. Our expert in love is Denise Robertson. Denise, love and friendship, what advice have you got?
You're asking me to comment on love. Well, have I missed something? Where was it? Your brother the control in this experiment is living in connubial bliss. He's looking after his kids. What are you doing? Leaping out of cardboard boxes, handbagging pensioners, and I don't even want to go to the blue book. Now, you give me a smidgen of love, and I'll comment till we both go blue in the face.
I mean, does self-love count?
You don't have to take the advice of the panel if you don't wish to. Ladies and gentlemen, pick up your keypads, please. Cast your love votes now. Got to vote for me before you vote for Nick? While the computer's working away on that one, we can find out what our health expert, Dr. Hilary Jones, thinks about the way things are going. Hilary.
Well, Dave, your brother Nick is enjoying a really healthy lifestyle, regular exercise, happy family life. On the other hand, astrology is forcing you to do things that you would not normally do. You felt humiliated, you felt guilty and dirty, stressful. You're doing things you wouldn't normally do, including drinking too much and passive smoking in the pub.
OK, well, I'm doing it for science. Please cast your health votes now.
I mean, it could be counted as healthy stress, and he did do a couple of fancy walks.
Let's check in with our financial expert, Alvin Hall. Of course, the financial side of things is not a matter of opinion, it is a matter of fact. Alvin, what are the facts?
The fact is your brother spent 11 pounds on a drink at the pub, celebrating his mother-in-law's 65th birthday. That seems a bit cheap.
I was going to say, he didn't pay for lunch.
87 pounds for a descent into smut.
Well, like I say, I didn't choose it. I know this is going to hurt, but let's see how the figures stack up. These are your votes.
Love plus health plus wealth equals happiness.
Very close.
That hurts.
Oh, minus. Oh.
Minus 109 for love. Nick has 142 for love. I'm minus 38 for health. Nick is 105. And as we've just heard from Alvin, I'm down 87 for wealth, and Nick is down only 11.
Oh dear, that's not going to do the graph much good.
Over these 3 days, I am minus 234 happy. But if I'd ignored my horoscopes, I would have been a whopping 236 happy. So, follow my horoscopes has actually made me 470 points less happy than I would have been. Let's see how that affects the graph. Ooh, stop. Buggers. These are desperate
We can pull it back.
I am clearly embedded in the triangle of gloom. Minus 723 happy. Do you know, it's only now that I can see the numbers that I know how unhappy I was that day. It's not looking good for the world of astrology.
The one thing I'll say with the love kind of thing, right? Because I presume at this point Dave was single, right? You can say that, oh, you know, you didn't spend time with people that you love, aka therefore you got less love. But he did spend time with his mum and his dad and his brother and his niece and his brother, the control brother. He obviously has got kids and presumably his wife. So he is naturally going to have a massive boost on the love things. And you can say, oh, if Dave had followed my horoscope, I would have been better off in the health thing. But again, would Dave naturally have been, as healthy? Because his brother is naturally a health guy. He likes to run, he likes to work out and stuff. Dave doesn't necessarily like to do that the rest of the time. So I like the idea of the control experiment thing, but sometimes you're a bit like, is it quite as much of a control experiment as you'd like to think? Maybe not.
To be honest, I knew I wouldn't be scoring very highly for love. After 14 days of the experiment, I'd barely seen my girlfriend.
Oh, yes,
but
got a
things
girlfriend.
were
Okay.
about to look up romantically. Because on day 15, astrologer number 5, Dajuana Bird, wrote,
Set aside some time today to tell your loved one how much they are appreciated.
She went on to suggest that we plan a shared activity, and I quote,
Like photography or antique hunting.
Oh, antique hunting could be good for the wealth.
After 14 days, that wasn't exactly the shared activity I had in mind. But there you go. I got on the phone to Greta. I told her how much she was appreciated. I told her about my new instructions. I was still in Stafford. She was in London. We met in neither. Why? Because astrologer number 11, Mystic Meg, had written...
Luck takes you to a place with a royal name.
Ooh.
Now, the royalness of that place name might not be immediately obvious to all of you. If you look closely, you can see that it contains the word Ming. And of course,
in Ming bars?
we all know, from 1368 to 1644, the Ming dynasty ruled China. You can't get much more royal than that. Or can you?
Hey! Hey! Oh.
My God! All of a sudden, things were not going quite.
Oh, God! How much did that cost?
That is not a happy face. That is the face of a man who has just seen how expensive an antique chair can be.
Oh, God. Is that 500?
£850. That is ridiculous. You can get a new one for less than that. Now you understand that unhappy face.
Run away!
I wasn't in the best of moods with life, and Greta wasn't in the best of moods with me and my experiment. So on day 16, 2 of my horoscopes made me nervous. Astrologer number 4, Annabel Burton, wrote...
It's time to paint your bedroom.
And astrologer number 11, Mystic Meg, wrote...
A TV show is involved.
Changing rooms!
I had no choice. I put in a call to changing rooms.
Hey!
Their production secretary was fantastic. She really was. Bless her, I can't believe she did this. I explained my predicament, and she promised me that she'd send one of the designers round to help.
Oh, nice.
We've all got our favourites.
Lawrence
I
Llewellyn
was
Bowen.
hoping for Linda Barker. I was dreading Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen.
Was it Handy Andy?
This was sure to be a result, only there was one restriction. A restriction placed on me by astrologer number 16, Gordon Vincent.
Fawn and cherry red will be your colours of good fortune.
Bright
Okay.
red wall there. Fawn is open to suggestions. Stripes, masking tape, paint pads are my favourite.
Aside from the fact that she's drawing on my walls, I can't say I really understand a word she's saying.
I hate red though. The flat that I live in, when I moved here, the bedroom was on all 4 walls the brightest red you could ever imagine. Literally, trying to go to sleep in a red bedroom is a no-go. You literally feel like you are about to be murdered at any second.
Interior design isn't really me. However, research has shown that putting interior design into a programme can lead to a significant increase in audience figures. The same research shows that this tactic is especially successful if it is accompanied by a sultry saxophone soundtrack with a walking bass line, maybe a Hammond organ, and of course, a few finger clicks.
Red is good. It's a passionate colour. It's great for a bed. Leave on going to rectangle that I'm just going to round the corners off for an outline. You're going to really open up the space. Be in touch with your feminine side.
Cherry red, fawn. No, I was going to just go to a shop and take a couple of cherry red and fawn.
It's going to be critical of that.
Okay.
You certainly don't want to go like that. Hang on. That's kind of nice. Even these little wheels, you know, that might be your kind of fawn.
That red and fawn. Paint pads.
How much is this going to cost?
£1.30 altogether, then, please.
Here goes.
Problem is when you want to get rid of the red, it takes so many coats to get off it.
I'm not going to tell her about Linda Barker. If she hates it, I'm going to blame that bitch off the table. Okay. Been working very hard all day.
I don't really like it.
It was that bitch Linda Barker.
It's not
the
as
stars
bad.
were not doing me any favours. Now, on day 17, astrologer 16, Gordon Vincent, wrote...
You're thinking too hard at the moment. Stop exercising your mind for a while. Exercise
Yes!
your body instead.
You can get some health in there.
But there were further instructions. Dajuana Bird wrote...
Bring along your elder relative to the big game, or out for some fun at the bingo.
Bingo!
There was only one relative to fit that description.
Mum.
My great auntie Peg.
Oh.
To visit her, I had to drive all the way back to Stafford, but that was okay. Because at the end of the journey, I knew there was an exciting game of bingo.
Yes! Just don't push her over. If there's anyone you want to be with when you're playing bingo, you want an old lady.
6 and 8, 68. 6 0, 60. 5 and 9, 59. 5 and 1, 51. 2 and 5, 25. 5 by 7, 5. 9 by 7, 9. 3 and 7, 37. 2 and 1, 21.
Is she alive?
Live?
Hey!
Yes!
Carry on for your 2 lines.
£1.50.
Hey!
That's 1.5 points, Alvin. I want that in the books. Oh, yes. For the first time in a while, things were starting to look up. So on day 18, I was happy to read that astrologer number 11, Mystic Meg, had given me something a little less challenging to do.
Luck shares a pizza.
Nice.
And Russell Grant, number 9, had written...
Wear something that makes you feel sensuous, seductive, and irresistible.
Oh!
Black is fab for you, as it'll show off all your assets.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
Easy. In my head, I'm thinking a kind of milk tray advert with pizza. But then our sound man, Nathan, pointed out that a roll-neck jumper was hardly showing off my assets. And he was right. I was cheating.
Yeah.
Cheating myself.
You need a sexy
and cheating
negligee.
Science. I asked Nathan what outfit he thought it was describing. He said rubber. I didn't like his answer, so I asked a couple of other people. They said rubber. So I got myself an outfit.
Do I want to look? Oh!
And then I got myself a pizza. And then I tried to share it.
Hey! Hey!
I think maybe it's time to check in with our control experiment instead. Nick, how did you do on days 15 to 18?
On day 15, Mum come round to babysit, so we went for a night out and a couple of drinks. I went running for 3 out of the 4 days.
OK, well, I suspect I'm going to get slaughtered here, but it has to be done. Denise, how are we doing in love and friendship?
Well, when Greta first came on the scene, I was so relieved I had visions of leaping over this desk and kissing you on both cheeks.
Hey!
But then you sat her down on what appeared to be a commode, as far as I could see. And when you got into the bedroom and you talked passion, it was with another woman. However, Greta's gorgeous.
She is.
You were kind to your aunt and you look lovely in rubber.
That's not something I ever thought I'd hear. Dave looking
Ladies and
lovely in
gentlemen,
rubber.
please cast your love votes now.
I mean, I would have interpreted that whole lust and adventurous thing very
now,
differently.
Hillary, how are we doing health-wise?
Right, well, I think Nick is at peace with himself, and that's great. You went to the gym, but I think moderate exercise is probably better than the vigorous exercise you were obviously doing. Rubber, full-body rubber is dehydrating. Pizza is full of fat. You're a lovely bloke. I'm just glad you're not one of my patients, Dave.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please cast your health votes now. Okay, and now the moment I've been dreading most of all.
Oh, yeah.
The financial side of things.
Oh, yeah.
Give me the bad news.
Oh, yeah.
The bad news is horrific. You
Yeah.
gotta put back on that leather, that rubber suit you had. 1,108 pounds down. 850 pounds on a broken chair. Leather. You must be insane.
Yeah.
Where your moderate brother there spent 25 pounds.
Okay, let's see how this adds up. These are your votes.
Love plus health plus wealth equals happiness.
Yeah, this is going to go bad. Don't forget the £1.50.
You're not as cheerful about love as Denise. There you go. I have a negative score of 1,065.
Oof.
Mainly on an antique chair. However, if I'd been ignoring my horoscopes, I would have scored a perfectly respectable 183. Which means that following my horoscope has actually cost me 1,248 happiness points. I'm not sure we actually have a graph that can cope with this. Let's have a look. Ah!
Oh.
Stop it, stop it, stop it!
Oh, you can't even see the yellow.
I'm so far into the triangle of gloom, I can't even see the triangle of delight anymore. What am I at? That's minus 1,971. I think that is probably the worst figures I've ever seen on my graph or anyone else's.
You could have done with a big bingo win there.
It's impossible to imagine this situation ever being recovered. But we are only 18 days in, and it is a 40-day experiment. You can join me for part 4 of my important astrology experiment next week. Good night.
Well, you can join me for that next month. Because obviously I'm doing it on a monthly basis. Right, yeah, not checking out the next time with that. You know what? I think that this is a cheesy show, but I love it. It's a weird show. The concept of it shouldn't work, but Dave makes it enjoyable. And yeah, we've got 3 more episodes to go. We're basically halfway through now. So we're August, so September, October. So yeah, basically by November, we'll finish it. You know what? I don't know when I'm going to do it, but I might do it on my birthday, actually. That might be a fun one to do, because my birthday will be in November, which is a Sagittarius day. It's literally the first day of Sagittarius by most horoscopes reckoning, the 23rd November, which is Doctor Who Day, of course. Yeah, Sagittarius is a weird one. I don't know if any other horoscope is like it, but Sagittarius, it does depend on which horoscope you read as to what day Sagittarius actually starts. On some days, on some horoscopes, it's the 22nd of November, and on others, it's the 23rd. So, by being on the 23rd, I'm guaranteed to be a Sagittarius. If I'd been born one day earlier, it would depend on whether I'm a Scorpio or a Sagittarius, depending on which horoscope you read, which I just find absolutely bonkers. How can you have a system which is so predicated on being so utterly random that it can't even get its dates right? There you go. That's my little rant bit over. Of course, don't forget to join me later on today, around about 5 o'clock, when I do my reaction to Dave Gorman's Modern Life is Goodish. I can't remember which episode. I think it might be Series 2, Episode 2. It might be Episode 3. I can't remember. You'll find out later on anyway. But of course, if you want to see the videos early, then you can do so on my Patreon with early access. That's one of the perks available, amongst other things. And of course, do please subscribe if you're new and drop your comments below. But that is going to do it for this latest episode of Dave Gorman's Important Astrology Experiment. For now, my name is Kevin. I am a geek, and you've been watching Kevin the Geek.